Noah Carmichael at the Post Race Podcast, live here at St. Petersburg. Joining me now is the current rookie on the field and probably the most interesting out of all of the teams in the paddock here, DragonSpeed with Ben Hanley. First off, thank you for joining me. You're my first interview doing this, so it's obviously great to meet you. Nice job out there with the opening sessions. I've talked to a lot of guys in the paddock, and just about everybody's impressed with what you guys are doing. I guess the only thing I can ask is, being the new kids on the block, when you have teams like Michael Shank down there in the Schmidt-Peterson group, they have like a team affiliation. They have a big notch team behind them. You guys are kind of doing it on your own. What has been the struggles like going into the IndyCar season with literally no data basically to back it up?
Yeah, it's a massive task ahead. But we knew that coming in, and the reason why we've not done the affiliation kind of thing is because, we want to be here full time. So we have to learn our own path and our own changes, and we have to learn how the car works by ourselves to be able to keep the evolution going and keep the improvements. So it makes it a lot tougher to begin with, but in the long run, it will be a big benefit to the team to have collected all this data themselves, and yeah. As we said, it's a massive challenge, but yeah, we're relishing it, and we're really happy to be here.
So obviously, like we said, being a new kid with no affiliation with anybody, doing this on your own, out of all the things that have happened, what has been the biggest challenge with having to do this with no help whatsoever and doing this on your own? Like, what has been the biggest hurdle to overcome throughout the weekend and testing, I would presume?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing was just getting the car ready in time for this race. So the schedule was tight, and some parts were a bit delayed. So we started off on the back foot. Ideally we wanted to be in Kota for the spring training, but we weren't able to make that. And then we managed to make a test in Sebring on Monday this week, where we did about 30-40 laps. So very limited running with the car, and coming here, you're up against the teams, like you said, who have got many years' experience, and big respect from everyone in the paddock, because everyone's been super friendly. So yeah, it's made us feel at home, and at the same time, we want to be here long term, like I said. So yeah, we're just getting our heads down and keep chipping away, and we'll get there.
All right, and another thing I wanted to ask is, so most people know you as obviously the WEC driver. You've driven to Le Mans. You just Daytona a couple weeks ago. Congrats on that, by the way, on a great run there. It's been about 10 years, and the highest you got was GP2, and then you went over to do the endurance racing. What is it like having to come back and not only learn back to open wheel racing, but jump from a mid-class series like GP2 and go all the way around to the highest form of open wheel racing in America, rather than going through the road to Indy program like USF 2000 or even like a season in Indy Lights?
I've not really thought of it like that. I've been with DragonSpeed for a number of years now, and LMP2, LMP1, and the P1 car especially is really high performance level. So from the speed and the G-force and the braking and stuff, it's not massively different. Obviously, you have a different viewpoint, but race cars, they all work the same way. It's tires, suspension, and aero. So like I said, we're learning a new discipline as it is. So we just got to keep working and keep pushing really hard. And like I said, the team have already done a mega job in being here just for this first race. So, big respect for them. And yeah, like I said, we just got to keep working, keep our heads down.
Okay, and the last thing I want to ask you is, I talked to one of the crew members before I started this interview, and he told me that the issue on the track, because you had a little bit of an issue going on there on the track with a little mishap of what was an electronical alignment with the throttle. For people at home who don't know what that's like, what does it feel like basically when you're going down a corner and the alignment's not off and you end up, I assume would be like a runaway car kind of. What does that feel like going in your head when you're going to the corner and it doesn't want to stop?
Yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice, but yeah, it's basically like the throttle sticking wide open. So on a street course, we were fortunate to have it in the place where it did, and I was able to just quickly react, pull the clutch, and turn the car off and come to a stop before we hit anything. Anywhere else on this circuit, and we'd have been in a bit more trouble. But it's new the whole car's not done many miles at all, so we're still going through a lot of the teething problems of getting sensors to talk to each other in the data side of things, and little small issues like that. It's only a small issue, but it could have a big consequence. So, you know, we're also far behind in that respect to the other teams, because they've run these cars for a few years now, and they know how they work, and they know all the potential little issues that could arise, whereas we're just experiencing them for the first time here this weekend in front of everybody. So everyone's got to start somewhere, and our season starts here.
All right. Well, good luck with the rest of the weekend. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I'll see you in May at the 500.